Okay, sorry. Nice talk.
Thank you.
Well, now we are going to continue this more technical stuff, but now we are going to talk about some trade-off that you will have to choose when you are working with mobile apps. So this next talk will be trade-off in mobile wallets, architecture design with labs connection with Kenichi Kurimoto. So I don't know if you are all ready to go, but remember to use the hashtag AdoptingBTC on Twitter, share your pictures, your videos, show the people that you are enjoying the Bitcoin country here in El Salvador. Where are you going, guys? We are about to start now. Why are you leaving? Okay, no, he's not ready yet. And also remember that if you want to join the Wi-Fi, Bitfinex with a capital B is the password. And tomorrow we are going to have a full day of different combination of talks and more techie panels in the room that is behind this. We have Escape to El Salvador with Jeremy. That is a really good project here in El Salvador. So if you are planning to move to El Salvador, you can go there after Mr. Kurimoto talk. I think that you are ready.
Yeah.
No, just a moment. I can do more time here. And yes, we are ready to go.
I want to show only this one.
Just some technical details to have a really great talk. And also remember that on Thursday we are going to El Sonte. If this is your first time here in El Salvador, I really recommend you to go to El Sonte, because there you will like to see what or which was the thing that happened to Bitcoinize all the country. So it is really interesting to see people that don't really understand Bitcoin to use Bitcoin, to accept Bitcoin payments. And also you can pay some pupusas at Mama Rosa's. I do recommend Mama Rosa's pupusas. They are delicious. Pupusas in general are really great, but paying with Bitcoin your pupusas is a different level of experience. And I think that we are almost ready to go with Mr. Kurimoto. Yes, sir.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Kenichi Kurimoto, CEO of NET Corporation. Today's presentation title is Trade-offs in Mobile Wallet Architecture Design with Labs Connection. This is today's agenda. First of all, I introduce Narita, and then I introduce a wallet with Labs Connection. Next section, I'd like to explain various trade-offs in non-custodial wallet architecture design. In this presentation, I just enumerate trade-offs because I don't have a clear answer or future vision. I'm still seeking best architecture. Many people in Lightning Network space gather here, so I would like to have conversation in these 3 days. So let's start. We are Japanese. This slide explains the Narita. We are a Japanese startup company who joined the development of Lightning Network protocols in early days. We released Ptarmigan, which is the fourth implementation of Bolto. Its architectural objective is to execute on very low-spec board. It even works on Raspberry Pi Zero with SPV wallet. And we've developed IoT prototyping board. And we have also conducted an electrical vehicle charging experiment with the third largest Japanese electric power company in 2080. This experiment was featured in many media articles, such as Coindex and Cointelegraph. The problem is we are too early. As you may know, several big exchanges have been hacked in Japan. This meant many Japanese companies were reluctant to do business with Lightning startups at that time. So we therefore had to leave the Lightning Network space in order to keep the company alive. For a year and a half, we conduct many jobs with enterprise blockchain. We were then able to raise funds to come back to the Lightning Network space. Currently, we provide a non-custodial wallet with the LSP. We developed this non-custodial wallet through trial and error. Today, I would like to talk about the trial and error as well as the trade-offs with non-custodial wallet designs. I will list the trade-offs rather than going into too much details. I would love to exchange ideas with talented people who have gathered here over the next 3 days. So actually, we are not Bitcoin maximalists, but we just know that the Bitcoin blockchain is the most solid, secure, and decentralized public blockchain. And that Bitcoin is neutral money. We really want to take part in this revolution. After introducing the Night wallet, I will go through the many trade-offs. Okay. In this section, we will introduce our product. It's a mobile wallet with LSP, Lightning Service Providers. This is a video of our previous architecture wallet. It can work with apps created by other companies. It's a non-custodial wallet in the meaning of user keeps secret key, but that can be integrated into games from other companies. After the wallet app is launched, it can be executed in the background and communicate with other apps. For example, when the user receives coins in the game, the user will immediately receive sats in the wallet. It means that user can receive Bitcoin in real time. Recently, we changed the architecture to LSP type wallet. Okay. We have tried many things to implement a non-custodial type wallet in the labs environment. We had to make many trade-offs when we decide on the current architecture. Today, I would like to list these trade-offs. Perhaps I can ask for some insight from the people in the audience. First of all, I would like to show the basic structure of our environment. For Bitcoin, privacy and property rights is very important. Our community is basically a collection of individuals. I use the word citizens on this slide. A citizen has basic rights such as privacy and property. And in many countries, the constitution helps protect these rights from the state, from the government. At the same time, a company is bounded by the law. State can easily regulate a company. Although the state's responsibility is to maintain social safety, states can sometimes overstep. there's a conflict of interest between the state's responsibility and the citizen's right. NITA's mission is to provide users with a product that satisfies user needs while abiding by the law, and also take part in the Bitcoin revolution. The architecture we choose was based on these ideas. This slide shows the current situation of Lightning Network. Many users use custodial Lightning Network wallet. When users send Bitcoin to another person who uses the same type custodial wallet, the database is changed internally. There's no Lightning Network transaction, such type of sending and receiving money. This is what happened. I think this is what happens in the sending and receiving between Chivo wallet in El Salvador, but I'm not sure. So, and a small percentage of people do use non-custodial LNM wallet. Many non-custodial LNM wallet is a non-advertised LN node. By non-advertised, we mean that the node doesn't use gossip resource and doesn't relay Lightning Network transaction. But it uses the Lightning channel. At least one channel needs one founding transaction on the first layer. This can be a limit factor on the number of non-custodial type users on the Lightning Network. Currently, mass adoption of the Lightning Network relies on custodial wallet. I believe that Lightning Network specification is designed to keep the trusted and decentralized characteristics of the Bitcoin first layer. The innovation of the Lightning Network is that many individuals and wallet providers can join the payment network in a permissionless manner. I think that having many types of architectures in the network is important. We have tried many things on the non-custodial type mobile wallet. First, we developed a mobile Lightning node in 2019. The most interesting feature was that it was a full node and SPV hybrid node. When it's plugged and connected to the Wi-Fi, this app acts as a pruned full node. Otherwise, it is a neutral node. Neutral node means SPV mode. When devices go into full node mode, the app executes a backward verification. Several months after the release, we added a lapse connection feature. We then stopped the full node function as there was no user demand. The app required the user to start up this application periodically or set a watchtower. A watchtower requires some amount of data per transaction. L2 will probably improve this situation, but we not have it. Executing watchtower by the user is a good way, but I doubt. Actually, many people do not this. If watchtower exists everywhere on the internet and the user could freely choose, we can set the option. So far, we haven't had this situation. App require periodically starting up by users. And channel management is too difficult for many people. So we changed the architecture completely. We released a non-custodial type wallet with a Lightning service provider a few weeks ago. LSP can connect the vendor's Lightning node and wallet in a trustless manner. And most of the channel management can be done by the node operator on NITA node. However, there are some privacy trade-offs. It's not the same as a trusted third party. The wallet vendor can't move the user's fund. But when the node is stopped, there is a problem sending and receiving Bitcoin. Of course, the user can move the fund to another wallet by using the seed. And the user fund secure even when the node is down. So but it's not decentralized wallet. The trust model is very complex. Our wallet does not have currently our wallet does not have the watchtower. The issue is whether or not NITA node can steal user fund. If NITA node try to steal by betrayal first layer transaction from NITA, mobile wallet try to get all fund from NITA. This is the same situation of Lightning Network full node. But NITA node can see how long user does not activate mobile wallet. So users should start up mobile app periodically. In the future, if user can select watchtower from other vendors and the requirement of periodically startup dismiss, I'm not sure we can call such type of wallet as non-custodial, but the trust model is very complex, so I use the word non-custodial now. There is a possibility of future regulation risk on LSP type wallet. The definition of VASP, virtual asset provider, can determine the fate of a cryptocurrency business. FATF changed the definition of VASP from a non-custodial wallet to self-hosted wallet. I'm not sure what's the difference of the word exactly, but it can cause problems in the future. FATF is not a lawmaker, but an international organization that gives recommendation to the state. If we can separate a mobile non-custodial wallet from the node operator, I feel we are better prepared for future regulations. But I'm not sure that is possible right now. Please note that I'm not a lawyer. When a user receives coins in the games, the user receives sats immediately. It is done across multiple organizations. It's a kind of smart contract. Not smart contract on the EVM chain, but smart contract defined by NIC server. However, there is some risk of cheating. Currently, the working app is just unsat type. For more complex smart contracts, I feel we need IDs. But simple ID can ruin the anonymity of non-custodial wallet. I feel that a special type of ID is needed. Probably ID with cryptography solves this problem, but I'm not sure it solves this completely. Regarding mobile wallet-based automatic payment application, there are two types of labs. The left side is P2P application. This is a natural application for P2P money. On the right side is a server-type application with P2P money. I'm not entirely sure of the use case for the latter, but I feel it will have use case from the viewpoint of business and regulations. About stablecoin, currently there have been various architecture proposals for stablecoin on Lightning Network. From the viewpoint of business, the user probably wants stablecoin on this type of wallet. In Japan, the regulation on stablecoin will be more strict compared to Bitcoin. I'm not sure whether or not wallet vendor can continue to keep Bitcoin function privacy when stablecoin function has information leaks such as IP address. ID with cryptography is probably useful here, but I'm not sure it. In this presentation, I went through many architecture trade-offs in non-custodial type wallet with labs designed by company. I would like to go back to the ecosystem structure. I think that Borto, Lightning Network Protocol specification, is designed to keep Bitcoin fast layer characteristics, trustless and decentralized. And Borto is constructed by community, not single entity. On top of that, there are some implementation by companies or community. We are creating an ecosystem, and there exist many trade-offs. I feel that non-custodial wallet that maintain all of the important culture of the Bitcoin fast layer is difficult. In my humble opinion, having multiple types of wallet is better. I understand that decentralized and trustless culture is very important. If we lose it, we all lose in this revolution. NITA, as a company, we are trying to success in business. NITA, as one of the ecosystem members, want to select trade-offs with the mind of seamless connectivity to the basic characteristics by a whole ecosystem as far as we can. This is summary of presentation. I explained the trade-offs that we face with designing non-custodial type Lightning wallet with labs. There are many trade-offs: trust model, scaling, privacy, regulation-related issue, and UX and business. We feel that difficulty exists to keep Bitcoin fast layer characteristics completely for the companies in non-custodial type wallet. We are seeking best architecture for users continuously under the many trade-offs. Thank you very much.
Yes. Well, we are about to close the dev stage, the Galoy stage.